Everybody, welcome back to the channel. In the last episode you saw me and my dad tag teaming the Celica Supra and taking some of the panels off. Arch extensions should I say, the front garnish, the front bumper and all that jazz. But we've actually got some parts, and we explained in the last episode that this car doesn't run and drive. It starts with some easy start, but she's got no clutch at all. So the slave cylinder and the master cylinder are at fault. We believe it's more the master cylinder, but in these little boxes we have replacements, and they were fairly simple to get hold of, which is probably the only thing that we're going to not have problems trying to find parts for. So we've got a master cylinder in this box and a slave cylinder in this box. So I think it makes sense for us to get amongst it. I'll try my best to try and get some good visuals, but as you can imagine, it's very tight underneath the dash. Trying to take the pedal off and the bolts for the master cylinder, which run through the bulkhead. It's right at the back of the engine here and quite high. I'm probably going to look like Cardi B with my arse up in the air, so I'll try and keep that to a minimum. So this is our replacement part. It's identical to the one we have. Comes with this little bracket here which screws on and allows you to adjust. We're going to try and get the clutch line off, which might be seized, so wish us luck on that one. There's one 10mm bolt at the back on the outside to undo, and then there's one 10mm bolt which is captive on the master cylinder underneath the dash, so that should remove this part once we've took the clutch line off. There's also like a pin which goes through that little U-shaped bracket, and we'll try our best to show you how to do it, but it is what it is if we don't, so let's get to it. Right, so I put a little tray to catch the fluid in, and I've also pre-cracked the clutch line with a pair of mole grips because the spanner wasn't cutting it. So now I can undo this very carefully. And hopefully all the fluid should drain into the blue box. Right, I'm inside the cabin. I'm going to undo the seat rails so I can move the seat out of the way so I can get my fat arse in there, because with the door being so close to the ramp is going to be a non-event, me trying to get in there. So wish me luck. Right, so I'm upside down underneath the dash. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it or not. Probably not. There's the pedal. Somewhere. Yeah, somewhere around there. Here's the pedal. Try and zoom you out. I can't even see what I'm doing. Anyway, up there is what I need to take off. It's right in the belts behind the dash. So please forgive me for not showing you exactly what I'm going to be doing, but trust me, this is going to be a pain in the arse. That was a shit job to do. Trying to be under the dash, aspiring to be a 40-year-old fat contortionist is not on my pay grade, unfortunately, but it's off. And yeah, anyway, as you can see, this is the old one and it's absolutely cabbaged. This is the new one. It's got loads of spring pressure in there, and this one, not so much. It's a bit like how Bonnie Blue feels at the minute, I'd imagine. So, if you know what I'm on about. Time for me to get back under the dash and fit this new one. And again, wish me luck. The pin which goes through here, there's like a split pin that goes through it as a keeper. The pin is snapped, so I've got to get creative with that. So the actual slider pin which attaches this to your pedal stays secure. So a little issue I found underneath the dash is this is the original pin which holds the keeper for the master cylinder to go through the pedal. So I had to get creative with a piece of stainless steel welding wire and the good old trusty long nose pliers and get this knocked up. It's a little bit bigger, but I think it'll do the job and it'll definitely be stronger than this one. So I might have got myself out the woodwork a little bit. Wish me luck. Right, so that's the master cylinder now on. After about 2 hours of messing around under the dash, I feel violated. Well, it's on. That new pin I've made is in. All seems to be tickety-boo. So now underneath to do the slave cylinder. Hopefully it's not as hard as this. So now we're underneath the car. This is a jack car, so most bolts and nuts are even numbers, but in this instance, the clutch line is a 17, just to be a pain in the arse. So hopefully we can get this undone. Like so. This is a bit tight on here, so if I get this off first, then I'll rotate this round, and I'll do the same when I put the new part on. I've got my little catch tray underneath. Hopefully will capture the majority of the fluid that's left in the system. Come on, a bit more. And that's that undone. Feed that over there. Well, not much is coming out of that, let's be honest. So we'll let that simmer for a little bit. So here's our new clutch slave cylinder. The old one has seen better days, but it looks like it probably would have still worked, but the master cylinder, definitely the seals have gone because it's flopping around like stirring a bowl of soup. No pressure whatsoever. So let's get this on and this can go. Right, now that's all buttoned up, it's time to get some fluid in it. Start doing some pumpy. Let's go. We now have a working clutch. Well, we believe we have a working clutch. The master cylinder and the slave cylinder are working together, and we've got pedal now. But the only real way to find out if everything's tickety-boo is when we get the car running properly and being able to start, which is difficult because when the car landed, I had the customer here and he could turn it over and I could put some easy start, then the MAF sensor, then she'll fire up, but I don't have that luxury at the minute. Need to figure out whether it's stale fuel, which is stopping the car from starting and running, or maybe a pump, which is starting to fail. It's been in the tank all its life, if it hasn't been changed in the past. If it's been sat in stale fuel, there's a good chance that it may have started to perish and break down. But some fresh fuel will be going in when I get a chance, and we'll see if we can get her running off her own steam. alive, and she starts off the key. Hopefully this is the start of things to come, but it's up to us now to find out whether she actually goes in gear or not, and potentially set the wheels in motion. Well, that was a cheeky little win. It took quite a while to get there and figure stuff out, but now she runs, she drives, and it's about time we start getting back to taking some panels off. We need the wings off so we can start trying to get amongst repairing them somehow. It's going to be a few head scratching moments, but I'm sure we'll get there in the end. So let's go.
That's me falling in and out so fast, holding you back, back, back. Guilty of the pain I caused and of the conscience I lack, lack, lack. I will hold your hand while I'm 1 foot out the door, and it's all because I don't need you anymore. Heartbeats going fast, fast, fast. Oh, oh. Heartbeats going fast, fast, That's me falling in and out so fast when I feel
Typical inconsiderate Japanese engineers. Why don't they think 40 years down the line that someone might actually want to get this bolt out? This is for the wing, and as you can see, yeah, he's been in a bit of a predicament because I'll have to get the car rolling again so I can get it off the ramp to try and undo him. It's really difficult to try and get in there because the door doesn't open enough, but it's the same on the other side, and yeah, what a pain in the arse.
heartbeats going fast, fast, fast. Oh, oh. Heartbeats going
Again, the Japanese nemesis. The engineers have decided to put the last bolt underneath the headlights. Winning. If I ever meet one, if they're still alive, I'd like to buy him a drink for being a knob. Because he's a knob. Thank you very much. Mr. Takashita, take the pisser. Be under no illusion. When owners of these cars back in the day used to crash them, the insurance companies must have gone, fuck that, just give them a new one. Imagine the labour taking a front end off. And insult to injury, in the words of Matt Armstrong, they Mansory glued the wings on just because it's not hard enough. Who'd have thought? And that's without having to drill out the spot welds. They really did not want this car taken apart. Seriously. What an ordeal. They even spot welded this for good measure. Balls deep. After all that, there's then a hidden 12mm, so you can access a hidden 10mm. Car's full of surprises.
Let's fall deep down in love. Tick tock, time's up, but I make a move. Don't think twice now, you got things to prove. I'm not playing, I'm not hard to.
So, I've been looking through my YouTube studio and looking at the analytics and pretending to know what everything means. But one thing I did notice, if I do a bit of boy math, is about 70% of you are not yet subscribed. So, if you would like to join me on my YouTube journey and would like to see more insightful car restoration videos and how-to videos, etc., please press the bell icon and subscribe. I'm trying to hit that, seems to be unobtainable, 1,000 subscriber mark. I've finally reached 820, so please just subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me on my way. Let's get back to it.
Let's fall deep down in love. Let's fall deep down in love. Tick tock, time's up. Got my trust in you. This might seem typical, but for me it's new. I'm not desperate, I'm in need of you. Come here, show me, and I'll show you. You got dreams and I got dreams, so let us open up about it. Maybe we can fit right in. You got dreams and I got dreams, so let's start making plans around it. Maybe we can dive right in.
Many swears. Well, that's it for this episode. Little win. We got a running and driving on the ramp, and we've took the front end off. It's been a really difficult job to do so far. Very time consuming, and it's a Friday, It's about 4 o'clock, and I think it's beer o'clock. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching. PS, please don't forget to subscribe. You see me pleading earlier on in the video. It does help trying to reach our 1,000 target, but we'll see you on the next one. Adios.